good afternoon, everyone. Like Brian said, I'm Leticia with the Fort Drum Employment Readiness Program. So we do everything and anything resumes. But just a little backstory, both my husband and myself, we're both retired veterans. The plan wasn't to stay here, but we did after arriving here in 2007. So we've been here for about 15 years. So the kids had different plans, wanted to go to college. Like, who does that, right? Who wants to go to college? Here, you could go to college down south. I'd be happy with that, but Fort Drum is okay. What worked out for us is that we were both already retiring. We had a job before. We didn't want to go back into like complete management, supervision, all that good stuff, right? So we were willing to get into anything pretty much where we didn't have to be in charge of something. We didn't have to move. We didn't have to pack up the stuff. The kids were still in school, things like that. A lot of the people that we run into are mostly those that are either going to PCS here and leave and go somewhere else. But sometimes we get those that are transitioning here and staying here. But regardless of what your situation is, we can get you to put together resumes and things like that. The beauty of this program is that we work under the umbrella of the Transition Assistance Program, which is your service member will go through that as part of their transition out of the service. Okay. But with us, you can see us at any time. You don't have to be looking for a job. You don't have to be trying to, if you're doing volunteer work and you just don't know how to put it on a resume, maybe you've never had a resume, you want to start another one. You took some classes here and there, maybe did some training, on AFTB, because I know Kelly's going to speak later. Things like that you want to keep track of, that's what we're here for also. You can see us at any time in your service member's transition or your transition or what have you. How many of you are going to be staying here at Fort Drum forever? Nobody? Okay, yes. We got one in the back. But those of you that are not planning on staying here, say maybe your next PCS is going to send you to Alaska, and that's going to be your stopping point. We can connect you with folks at that other installation. We currently just had an appointment this morning with a service member and the family that they're not staying here, they're going to North Carolina. So we can hook them up with people in North Carolina so that we find out what kind of jobs are out there, what kind of things are going on. What are your skills? What do you have? We help you put all that on paper so that way you're not trying to figure it out when you're trying to apply for a job whenever you are ready. One of the misconceptions that I've found in part of doing our outreach is that these services are just for the service member. When in actuality, a lot of them are for the military spouses and the family members. Transitioning service members will get that as part of their required transition once they get out of the service. But again, we have the luxury of being able to see everybody at any point in your transition, so you don't absolutely have to wait. Now, how many of you like having face-to-face appointments? Like face-to-face appointments most times, sometimes? Well, we can do it all. We can do face-to-face, virtual, over the phone. We can do a lot of things over email, over phone calls, things like that. So if you've got little ones, I got plenty of toys in my office, and I share them. I get all the squishies and stuff, and we can close the door to make sure that they don't run out with the toys. Not that I won't let them take it, but, like chase a toy they threw. But we can do that. So we've got different ways. And at least for myself, with doing all the outreach, I know I can meet you where you're at as well. Okay, so if you have a question, maybe you're a one-car family and we need to meet you over at the community center or in housing or whatever. I've never lived off post. I always get lost, but I will find you. Okay, I know 15 years, I should know where everything's at. No, not really. River Ridge gets me every time. I don't know if I'm north, south, I end up over by the Air Force. So if you didn't know, there's Air Force on post. But things like that. So this is just, as far as your resumes, we're just trying to pull everything off of you to make sure that you annotate it for later. You may not be looking for a job again, like I said just now, or maybe when you leave, you're not. But at some point, you're going to need some of those things, and you're going to be surprised on what kind of transferable skills you have that you kind of did on OJT. Or on the job training at home, being a stay-at-home parent, or just taking a break from the workforce, or a lot of the volunteer stuff that you do. These are all the services that we offer. We do offer classes as well at Clark Hall. Reassign, pretty much, if you don't know where Clark Hall is, how many of you have been to Clark Hall? Yeah. Clark Hall is everything, right? If you get lost, don't give room numbers. Just tell us who you're looking for. That's a lot easier because the building is confusing and people move all the time. But we're over at Clark Hall. We offer the classes at Clark Hall. We currently offer one class over at the workplace. We collaborate with the workplace. It's a USA Jobs workshop. And that's if you're trying to get into a federal position, you have to have a USA Jobs account. So we help you navigate it, show you how everything goes in the website. Some things change, how to build your resume in there, because you have all sorts of different resumes you can do. And a federal resume is also a little different, a little bit more tedious. And that's where a lot of people call it quits and say, you know what, I am not doing that. And then you stop doing it. But we can help you walk through all that stuff, okay? All our contact information is also on the little flyers, and you have all these handouts in your packet there that you get to take with you. I'm the last contact on the bottom. I have the luxury of being able to work with employment readiness and TAP as a transition services specialist. So anything that we give out in TAP, I keep track of as well, and then do all the outreach for off posts. If you're just getting here and you're trying to find something, trust me, there are things on post and off post that we can help you with. And again, if you're going somewhere else, you're not too sure if you're going to stay here or not, and you're transitioning to another location, we can help you with that as well. Future locations for federal, we'd recommend at least 4 or 5 months start looking, especially when the announcements open, because those may be open for 2 weeks, but then the hiring process takes a minute. Takes a little while. Anything else that you see, I would say start tailoring your resumes at least 4 to 6 months in advance, so that way when the position opens up, that you already have a resume. Everything I tell the people that I see, that I sit down with, I kind of do like the quality control, like check you out, like, Michelle, what do you have going on today? What do you need? Do you need a full resume? Do you need a short resume? So that way you can build a master resume and then pull stuff from it as you need it. So that you're not trying to build one after all. But at least 4 months, start looking at what's out there and start getting that resume ready. Yeah. All right. So if you do contact us, I know we got a little bit more time left. If you do contact us, don't worry, you're not committed to come and see me. You're not committed to come and hang out at Clark Hall for anything. I don't have a window in my office, but I do have curtains. If you want to see what that looks like, you can come and check it out. I'll send you a picture. But you're not committed to anything. If you email me and say, hey, I just need a template to start filling things out, I will send you that. There's no, hey, you have to report back to me. We're on your time. Whatever it is that you need help with, whatever you have questions on, you can come and see us, and also your service members. There's no, like I said earlier, you don't have to wait until you're transitioning to be completely out of the service or getting ready to PCS out. You can come and see us at any time. Okay? All right. Well, thank you all for being here today. If you need anything, let me know.